This playlist, which is Way of Light, is going to focus on what light is, which is the element of fire. And you can take a dosha test to see which element is prominent in you, which is fire, water, or air, on my app under self-tests. And these tests that is on there, which is the dosha test as well as the guna test, which is your actions, all this information is highlighted really from a book by Dr. Frawley named Ayurveda and the Mind. I have this on my referee mail on my app under Mind Nutrition. I have a lot more books as well as series, Netflix shows, YouTube topics, movies. All of this is about consciousness and challenging conventional thinking, which is belief. So the more that you seek to know, this is the path of light. So what I'm going to do is I really want to highlight the book, Dr. Frawley, Ayurveda and the Mind, which is to point out Ayurveda if you've never heard of that. So the best thing I can tell you is think of Ayurveda medicine as the oldest medicine on this planet. However, I know of Chinese medicine, and I know Chinese medicine is pretty old, but my theory is Chinese medicine is a derivative of Ayurveda medicine. I'm not an expert on either. However, I am very familiar with Chinese medicine growing up in Hawaii, and it just looks so similar. So Ayurveda is a resource for you. Now, before I did this, if I had an ailment, I would look into Western medicine, but I definitely would check into the Chinese medicine. I think most people in Hawaii would do that. But imagine if there's another option, which is Ayurveda. And this is very ancient, and it may be even more thorough at times compared to Chinese medicine. And you may see that it complements. A lot of this stuff is not choosing one way or the other. It's really about understanding all these ways. The one that makes sense is usually talked about by all of them. And you're trying to find that seed, because all of this is options for you. And you get to choose which one works. And choice is really the path of light. And how to choose is wise. And choosing how to do things, knowing how to do things, wanting to read Dr. Frawley's Ayurveda and the Mind will show a mind that wants to stop being entertained. And you just want to know what books Scott has read or what books other people have read, the person that you might be checking out. You may want to know what book they like. What is their favorite book? And if you take this pursuit of knowing how, now you have a journey of using your curiosity and your inability to comprehend as your greatest ally. So check out that book. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the things that's in the app already, but I'm going to give the essence of what I think the gunas are in a Hawaiian perspective to highlight really this connection that I believe that this information was passed on to all of these ancient cultures as I am trying to pass it on to you. This is information of us all. And when you understand the all factor, you're going to understand that the all factor is the first guna, Satwic. Now, the all factor can help your mind in ways that I can't explain. But when you start choosing for all, you're going to find that there is a transition that you go through. Most of us have a mind and an ego. And naturally, that is a state of being that only needs us to shine light on in the now. And if you look to see if you're accurate or efficient with your actions, you might realize that if you're not accurate or efficient, you're not Satwic. And this, in Hawaiian, we have a different word. This is Pono. Satwic is Pono, when things are working the way it should in harmonious ways of balance. This is Pono. This is something for us to try to maintain, to achieve. It takes action. And you may be familiar with the Hawaiian therapy, Ho'oponopono. So Pono is a root word, and that to me means Satwic, connected to all. Then you have two other gunas. And these gunas really is a reflection of what you're thinking, your belief. And anytime your mind's believing something that is not true, not real, compared to the now existentially, you're going to find that this karma, this action that you're showing, there's two ways to look at this action. If you're believing something that's not real, well, you can become lethargic and depressed and isolated. This is tamasic. And this is, think of the turtle going into the shell. In Hawaii, this is nuha. And we all know this. So nuha, it's a bad attitude. And really, you don't kokua, you don't help. And you'll realize is this bad attitude is tamasic to be aware of. But we do have that going on inside of us. And being aware of that, you may realize your mind is nuha, not you. Being aware of this, shining a light on it, you may start realizing your way to become Satwic or Pono. Now, the other guna is Rajasic. And this, again, is believing something not real. But once we believe something not real, we can start becoming, we'll say, agitated. Think of a rabbit. And this is when we're a go-getter. We're moving. People see us. We're making deals. This is action that is not grounded. And this, in Hawaii, would be huhu. In Hindi, this is Rajasic. Yeah. So huhu. So if you're from Hawaii, you want to change the words, you'll see that this is you choosing which action you want to be right now, and knowing what action your mind is, and being able to discern between what is your choice and what you're feeling right now, what your mind is thinking. And you being able to realize everything, you might understand that the Hawaiians believe that aloha is the essence that we are, and it's to share. And somehow, in the essence of sharing, I'm hoping that I'm sharing with you something that will blossom in time, that this seed will grow for you. And you'll see that we are all one, that in a very strong way, aloha resides in you. Aloha is what people refer to as the light. What people refer to as the light in Hawaii is aloha. Good luck on your journey.